Good afternoon, everybody. Scott McFarland here. So I'm making a video response to the discussion portion of this week's classes. It looks like a lot of stuff we're talking about this week is about prescriptions and inhalants and steroids and that kind of stuff. So I will kind of deal with more of prescription abuse stuff that I see on a unfortunately daily basis. I work in several group homes, and prescription drugs are a big thing that are used and abused, unfortunately, in the in the group home setting. Sorry, whenever I talk, I cough, so that's just kind of how it is. Steroids is used. A lot of the kids I talk to and work with a lot do use a little bit of steroids, but for the most part, prescription use. Painkillers, uppers, downers, that kind of stuff. So that is a big thing I deal with on almost a daily basis. Every time I go through rooms, every time I go through houses, I find pill bottles, I find pills under beds and in clothing and that kind of stuff. So unfortunately, prescription use is a big deal in the city, especially with youth. Prevention, not a lot we can do other than education, other than talking to these kids about what they're doing to their bodies, what they're doing to their minds, and their developing minds. Unfortunately, a lot of them just don't care. Or they just want to get high. And prescription use is a big one, and because it's kind of hard to see the remnants, it's kind of hard to find a paraphernalia. All you need is a pill bottle. You don't need a pipe. You don't need something to light it with. You don't need anything like that. You just need the pills. Unfortunately, that's very easy to get in this area. With weed and everything else, you need paraphernalia. With the pills, you just need the pills. So, kind of the typical reaction I see to most pills are kind of a lethargic, comatose state. They're downers. They relax you. They chill you out. They help you just kind of be calm. And for a lot of people, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for that sedative. They're looking for that calm. They're looking for that downer to help with anxiety and depression and all this stuff they're being untreated for. So unfortunately, a downer is a really big thing they can do. And if you're not using a ton of it, it's going to be kind of hard to notice. You just look really chill. Unfortunately, the more and more you use, the tolerance builds, and the more and more you have to use to get the same effect, unfortunately. This cough is terrible, I'm sorry. As far as kind of prevention and treatment, there's not a lot we can do, unfortunately. We have to see the long-term effects of the use of this stuff. Inhalants kind of stuff, huffing it's not huge anymore in this city. Like I said, steroid use is not big, but it's prevalent enough to be a danger in the city. But again, it's just the pills, inhalants, huffers. It still happens. Whips, that kind of stuff still happens in the city sometimes, but for the most part, they're not as prevalent anymore. You don't see a lot of huffers much anymore in the area, at least not kids that I'm dealing with anymore. It's mostly just prescription drugs. So that's the big one in this county.